Okay, so
There should be a theme song. Doot doot doot. Doot doot pals.
That's it. Let's record it right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Doot doot pals. I kind of like it.
5, 4,
Oh God.
3,
Number 10.
2, 1.
What's happening, pals, new and old? Welcome back to the big one, the biggest, the fattest, the thickest episode of them all so far. Episode 10, ladies and gentlemen, the big Chungus. Big Chungus. We made it. 10 motherfucking weeks. Well, more like 12. 10
motherfucking podcasts, 11 motherfucking weeks.
It seems like just yesterday, I was a wee 19-year-old man
You're still a
With a
wee
dream
19-year-old man.
And a bean.
with a small dream in the back of the head.
The back
Well, it didn't come forward, but then when it did come forward,
comes out the ears.
knew it.
Came with the hair.
It came with the hair. When I lost the hair, the podcast came
The
forward.
hair's there.
It's just
Life is
hiding.
all about
Is that what you're saying?
opportunity
No.
Opportunity cost. You want a podcast? Say goodbye to your hair, bitch. It's gone.
You did it for us. Thank you, Parker, for your service.
Noble sacrifice.
No one thanks me. I don't get thanked enough.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir. To the pals. We're here. Mitchell,
Hello, sir.
welcome back. Across the table from me, my number one pal.
In my spot.
In his spot where he belongs. We come downstairs and he's like, all right, I'm sitting in my spot. I don't care where
No
the
one
rest of you
else
claimed.
sit.
was running to sit down.
I
like
have
we were all walking
claimed.
down
I want
the
this
stairs so
one. I want it.
slowly.
Staked my claim.
See, the thing is, though, is that you know how everybody knows that this is my spot? Look at under my mic stand. It has my fucking name on it. So if someone's
I
like,
better have a name.
so if people are like,
No name.
Well,
Fuck this, I
you
quit.
can fix it. Well, you're not going to.
And there we go.
You need him on your team. So.
So, yes, across from me, he's back for his fourth. Yeah, this is.
Fourth.
You were on 137.
Yeah, fourth.
For his fourth episode, the biggest one so far. Mitchell Francis, everybody. Small round.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can we get an amen?
Amen.
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
Amen.
Appreciate it.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank
Mitchell,
Always good to
as
hear,
most
not
people
really.
know, recently came on to start taking care of social media as our head social content strategist.
Yes, it's been. There's been some growing pains for sure, but we're getting there.
Dude, you're killing the game. And I tell you this every day. I sent you a text today after you sent me a text. And I was just like, what did I say? I was like, you know what? There's
you said
no
some nice things.
I said some nice things. I was like, there's nobody else I would rather jump off this train with than you, sir.
I enjoy jumping off of trains as much as I like
Getting
jumping
on them?
onto them.
To my left, you might have heard his voice in the background asking for some fucking water. He's back
I love water.
from episode 9. It's a return guest.
Just last week, eh?
Eh? Will Hayes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Will, are you glad to be back?
Oh.
Feels like just yesterday you were down here.
Parker, it was yet. No.
Nope, it definitely wasn't.
It was
That could've
yesterday,
worked.
a week ago.
Yes.
No, it was no.
We'll say yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yesterday, a week ago.
Yeah, it's great to be back. You know.
When I texted you today and I said, hey, do you want to come on the 10th episode? What did you respond with?
I said, "Well, my son." No, I didn't say.
No, you didn't.
I said, "Parker, I would be honored."
Yes. And I was like, well, no, I wouldn't say that, but okay. And rounding out the crew.
Oh my God, the energy is already so negative.
Okay, here's the deal. We all got we were really excited when we got down here. We were fucking
It was because Taco
flying.
Bell.
We had Taco Bell. We were flying off.
Chalupa box.
We were flying off the goddamn walls down here. I thought this place was going
Baja
to
Blast
cave.
will do that to you.
Ooh, I was
In that
blasting
water.
off.
Oh,
To my right, straight across from Will, and to the left of Mitchell Francis.
Maria.
Maria Samal, everybody.
Samal.
She's
Maria,
back.
Maria.
She was on episode 7.
Yes.
And you know what? We
Solid.
just
Most
decided.
successful one.
All right. Literally, Mitchell was like, it was the most successful because Maria and I were both on it. And I'm like, is that
I'm just saying,
why?
like, we know
And
what
that
people
shit,
want.
that shit hurted.
And it's us.
Will,
They want us.
you and Phil's episode.
It's climbing.
It's climbing. You know, I'm gonna make sure if they're like, you know, what episode do we need to listen to? I'm gonna say number 9.
What
I'm not even
happens
gonna
if
say
this
number
episode
10.
becomes the most
Number
popular
9.
episode?
You mean when it becomes the most
that
popular
I-
episode?
It
Confirm
probably
my
should.
theory
So
that,
let's
like,
get into why this is the big 10th. Ever since episode 5 or 6, when I was like, you know what? We got to start talking about what the fuck's going to happen at 10. Because I knew things were gonna happen.
Yes.
But I was like, all right, we got to start teasing it. We got to build that hype.
Gucci, Gucci, Gucci.
Has the
Dooby-dooby-doo. Where
has
are
the
you?
hype risen? That's the big question.
What?
I feel like it
Can you
has
define
a way.
I think in a small way it has.
Small.
as much hype as like a like
podcast can
small
get.
podcast from
Yeah.
Lincoln, Nebraska can have.
It's
Small
like
for
the
right now.
2 people cheering on from like the background.
Hey,
They're like,
whoa,
"Woo."
whoa!
Just 'cause it's
our,
our
like our
mom.
guest audience, my mom. Why the fuck are we here? Well, let me tell you why. All right. Here's where we're moving. We're moving into housekeeping, ladies and gentlemen. We've teased this segment in housekeeping for 5 weeks at this point.
Yes.
It's time to get into some
Well,
announcements.
you're such a
Announcements.
Let's give me a little. Yes, it's announcement time. Robert,
Oh fuck.
he's jazzed. He's so zazzy. So let's get into it.
Let's do it to them. as
Number
they
one,
say.
the first thing I want to do, just want to thank everybody once again for all of the support ever since December when we started this thing in this basement at this table. Your support has been amazing. My life has not been the same since, and it's not gonna be different from now on. Or well, that came out wrong. You're like, wait a second.
And my life will be stable. Nothing else will change.
I will be stagnant the rest of my life. No, I mean like my life will never be the same because of this. So
Aw. I
thank
like
you all
that.
for your support since day
That's
uno, when I was in the car doing the last Car Doc Live radio, and I was like, "This is what we're gonna fucking do." Didn't have
And
a
we've
name.
done it.
We've done it.
We've done it to
Mitchell.
them.
So, Mitchell, would you like to take us into the first big announcement?
So,
Hopefully,
if you've watched the
haven't-
video, you know a little bit about what we're going to talk about tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and start with some of the same themes that we talked about in the video. First
Uh-huh.
off is branding. We are aware, and we've heard your feedback. We are aware that the branding doesn't necessarily represent who we think we are as a company.
Yeah, we totally agree with
we've
that.
heard lots of feedback about it maybe being too kiddish, too childish. We've taken all that into account, and we have
Snaps.
commissioned
Maria was like, "Listen,
I did have a conversation with him.
we have commissioned a graphic designer to help us rebrand. That means a new logo, Twitter header, YouTube header,
Oh, yeah.
all the things that you could possibly need for all of our social media needs. We are being completely rebranded
Oh,
in
yeah.
that aspect.
So we would love to have these things for you now, but it's a work in progress. You can't rush art.
You cannot rush art.
You know what I'm
Art
fucking
isn't
saying?
easy.
So we're working on it,
Amen.
and it should be. I'm not gonna put a date on it because
No,
we
don't make any
respect
promises.
we respect our designers'
But it's coming.
time, but it's coming. And from what I've seen, hot.
Who is the designer?
My good pal, Jordan Geisert.
Wow, perfect.
And now that we're
Now-
paying her,
now
she's
we're-
gonna do
now
You
it.
didn't
she's
really know
doing
what
it.
PALS was
yeah.
when you first started, and now you know what it
Exactly.
is. So
And I
it's
feel like
way easier to.
And that's how it is with every company. You start something, and unless you like take the time to like, what are we about and shit like that. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get going. So moving on to the next bitty of news, we're moving into the PALS podcast, the creme de la creme of PALS,
The number one show.
the number one of one show. So we've heard a lot of your feedback. I've had like a lot of coffee meetings with people, like giving me their feedback for the show, and we understand that there's a lot of times when we ramble on for way too long. The thing is, though, is that as much as I'm going to try and tighten things up, I don't want the show to feel stifled, and I don't want guests to come on and feel like they can't say what they want to say. So, in order to alleviate things, this is kind of a compromise here. We are going to take the extra time to start putting timestamps into our RSS feeds and our YouTube videos, so that way you can jump straight ahead to the jokes and the conversations that you want to. You can skip past all the bullshit. If you don't want to hear me talk at the beginning and do the whole welcome and the housekeeping, you want to get to the meat of the show, you can just do that. So we hope that kind of like alleviates people's
It gives you more control to listen to the things and the conversations you want to listen to rather than having to sit through.
Yes.
Because the other thing
No
is
hassles.
we know that we started posting clips on our social media of certain conversations.
Yes.
But we never tell you where in the episode they are. With the new timestamps, you'll be able to jump to the things you want to hear.
Absolutely.
Because we don't, obviously, we understand that everything we talk about in every episode isn't going to interest everyone. People
Sure.
might be tuning in for a specific type of conversation. We wanted to give that to people and
Yeah.
give people that ability.
Yeah, and hopefully with these timestamps, people can jump to what they want instead of having to like sit there and be like, when am I gonna want? Where's the part that I'm looking for? Because everything is still means something, but it's just like everybody's different about their interests. So, with the tightening up, we did notice that some of our episodes at the beginning were really geared towards students of UNL. And they were really geared towards students in our school or just the school in general. And we understand that like a lot of people don't like that. Like you don't go here. You may be pals. You may be friends. You may know us. But like these aren't experiences that you're here to listen about. And so
no, go ahead.
And so we're trying to like we've started to in the back half of the first 10 episodes really sticking to topics and ideas that are more viable to people. Like episode 7's travel. Or episode 9's love. We have alumni from both those episodes here this evening.
Mm-hmm. Just universal topics.
Yes.
Just
Well, and
life.
I feel like as our audience grows as well, it's going to be more and more people who are not connected to us personally.
Yep.
And so we're going to be like talking about like some stupid shit that happens at school, and they're going to be like, "Well, I have no
I don't
idea what
care.
they're talking about."
Yeah.
Yeah, and
They'll
more
keep
more
us
so
on
that
track,
like I don't
like,
care
organically, yeah.
Yeah. Because until we have that repertoire of all these episodes and you start to get to know us as people more and more. At this point in the show's lifespan, you don't know us and you don't know our history and our stories, and so it's harder to care more about those things. But once we start telling more stories and you start to build this idea of who we are as people, then when we talk about stuff, you care about it more. So it's give and take with these kind of things, but that's just kind of an update on the structure and the topics of PALS so far, the PALS podcast. Moving forward, I've always felt like the end of the show just kind of slaps you in the face. We're done with the big topic, and it's like, all right, well, we're donezo. And I've always I've talked about on multiple occasions that I've always felt like PALS is about bringing people together in outside of class or outside of work and just getting to like talk and that engagement. And what I want to see happen is eventually a community engagement where people outside the show are able to communicate with us or me or Mitchell or you guys outside, and just whether it's our guests, whether it's each other, and just have that community engagement with themselves. So we have a brand new segment for the show.
Drum roll.
Please. Called Pen Pals.
That's so
Oh, what's
fun. I
that?
love that.
So what it is, Pen Pals is a mailbag kind of system where you, the audience, can email us
Oh,
and we talk about it on the air. So Mitchell, tell us what we want to hear from Pen Pals.
So, you can send your comments about certain episodes that you've listened to. You can send us fan art, whatever you have.
fan art, and we'll show it
We
on the
want to
pod.
receive it. No, but we'll like take pictures
up
of it
real
and post it
close.
on our social
Yeah, yeah,
media.
yeah.
Obviously, we have
Look at this.
the ability to
picture.
do that. Look at this. Can you hear this picture?
But
No.
we'll get to that. Hey,
All
no,
that
we're gonna
stuff-
get to that.
No, we'll get to that.
Don't you fucking
All
worry,
the
Maria.
stuff we want you to send it to
Yeah.
us, and you can send it to us at pals.penpals, all lowercase, at gmail.com. I'll say it again. Pals.penpals
Any spelling on that?
at gmail.com.
PALS dot PENPALS at gmail.com. That's where you send us your Pen Pals letters, your shit. Just send things there.
Send
Hate
comments.
mail,
Hate mail.
death threat.
Fuck
Yes.
you,
And
Parker.
onto that.
Fuck you, Maria.
Now, a little bit.
Everybody listen.
It is important to remember, though, however, anything that's even, could be considered inappropriate, you know what I'm talking about. It's not going to be
Hentai.
shared or responded
No,
to.
we don't.
We're not going to be dealing in that.
Y'all sending me dick pics, I ain't gonna open that shit. All right,
Also-
I can see attachments before I open them. I ain't dumb. I know how email works.
Delete draft.
Already got it working.
No way. You didn't even know about Pen Pals till like 30 seconds ago, so.
Enough time to formulate an email, bitch. My dick right here.
But isn't that cool? Like, we were talking about, Mitchell and I had a meeting at the Foundry, and we were like, the show just kind of stops. And I think that something like this at the end, we need some we need something at the end to just round it out. So yeah, I think that it's a cool idea. I think it's gonna brood some cool
cute.
shit.
I like the name.
That's
That's cute.
I came up with the name and Mitchell went, damn.
Nut.
That's so cute.
But hey, listen,
I really like. No, I feel like it fits perfect.
Oh,
does.
totally.
It's so
In the
cute.
in the back half of these announcements, just wait because there's one that a name from something that Mitchell came up with.
Parker really likes it. Better.
It's so
better.
fucking no. It's pretty equal. All right.
Let's get to it then. I'm
Hey.
eager.
No, you're not. So at the end of the show, we're gonna be opening up the mailbag.
You got
We're
mail? You already got mail?
No, we don't get fucking mail.
We don't have it yet.
I was like, God
Episode
damn, how
11.
you already got mail? You
Episode
didn't even
11. Get
announce
ready.
that
We're gonna
yet.
be
Like,
opening
what?
that mailbag.
Big
All right.
bag.
So this is where I have to get a little bit serious because this is what
Should I leave?
Do we need to go? This is the biggest bitty of news. Okay, this is the most exciting thing we're going to talk
Oh, I
about.
thought you were going to say some sad shit.
No,
Okay.
not really.
Continue,
Oh,
continue.
yeah.
So,
I was like, God damn, boy.
Like, I'm
yep,
dying.
we're done. We are canceling all the shows that we had
announced
planned.
this. Just kidding. We're fucking done before it busts.
I love PALS. I am so fortunate to have been able to start something like this with people that I love and have people that I love who support it. But like literally when I said at the beginning of the episode that this thing has been life-changing, I wasn't kidding. Really, my mood has just like completely improved ever since we started this. And I don't think that I would be the same person. I might not even be here if it weren't for the show and it weren't for the opportunities that I've had because of the show.
Can I give you a hug?
Are you crying?
I'm getting a little emotional, yeah.
I really want to give him.
Don't give me a hug. I swear to God, you give me a
Can
hug.
I give you a hug after?
Yeah. We're gonna hug afterwards.
Tug after
We're gonna,
your
we're gonna get a little
your
hug.
union.
And I've said this
Anyone else think
before.
that joke was funny? Holy shit.
That's funny.
I've said this before, but
Sag after, hug after.
I was in a really, really bad place when we started this. Before I started this, and I knew that I had to start this, otherwise, like things were gonna get really bad. But I literally love this so much. It is so stressful. I have stayed up extremely late working on episodes. I think I skipped a class one time so I could edit an episode because I had to get it out. This is my job. I'm dedicated to this. School comes first.
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck that shit.
Amen.
Mom,
But
I'm sorry. I love you.
but I'm dropping out for PALS.
I'm not dropping out for PALS.
Not yet.
Not
Just
yet.
kidding. We won't.
We won't. She knows. She
Um,
knows that's a joke.
I sincerely thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for all of this. But here's what. The future that I have planned for PALS and for the PALS podcast and for other things, and the future that Mitchell and I have carved out and have really sat down and thought about,
Quite extensively, actually.
like over the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks even, just a lot. There's been a lot.
Behind closed doors, we've been working.
We locked our asses away.
We've been
in
working.
the dust chamber, episode 1 callback. But here's what, folks, these things cost money, and I have already, delved into the coffers for a lot of stuff already. And like the LaCroix every week, man, that's
Shit's
the
expensive.
big
The
one.
microphones that only record for half of the microphone.
It's only.
That's how it works.
Seems sketchy to me.
You go like this. You go like this.
Maria, that is how most microphones work.
Thank
I
you.
feel like that's whack.
It's a directional thing, right?
I feel
Yeah.
like it's 2019.
So since LaCroix isn't sponsoring us yet, that's where all the money is going.
Hit them up.
No, I'm kidding.
LaCroix should sponsor it.
Well,
But
someday.
they wouldn't give
Dreams
you
and
money.
goals.
They just
One
give
day.
you free
One
LaCroix,
day.
Yeah.
right?
One day.
There's like a competition you can like get into for like free LaCroix for a year or something like that.
Bro.
Anyway, guys, this is moving into the big announcement for
The look
today.
on your face.
Mitchell, I want you to go ahead and start talking about the things that we need for the future that we want.
So, as we've mentioned previously, in some past episodes, and also Parker's video that he posted after the 5th episode, I think, we want to move into more things with PALS. Obviously, the PALS podcast is the number 1 show.
Number 1 of 1.
The one of one. It is our baby, but we want to move into more things, things that we think could be entertaining and other community building aspects of our company, PALS, that go far beyond the podcast, I should say. So obviously we've talked about before, we want to move into video. We want to make this podcast a video podcast.
Yep.
And in order to do that, we need better
So
equipment.
like a talk show.
Yeah, like a talk
where
show.
you would
every
see
episode is video.
you would see us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that, even though I'm gonna look like shit all the
I
time.
know. I look like.
And this is like what
You
a
can't
lot
stop
of,
looking like burnt asshole.
a lot of podcasts are
this,
moving towards that. And I think it would be beneficial for us to do that. But in order to do that, we need better equipment. We need better lighting.
We need to do it right.
We need to really create a studio down here.
a space.
Yeah, some sound, a little bit of soundproofing equipment, things to really make this a good, nice-looking studio, so that when people come in here and we turn the camera on, it looks professional, it looks
Holy
nice.
shit! Where are these guys at? Mars? You know?
That's what we want to do.
So that's the first
fucking
thing
Mars.
that we need is better equipment for the studio, things that would allow us to move into a video version of the podcast.
I want to paint this wall.
Also,
Hang up a tapestry.
Jesus Christ.
I
Go
love
ahead,
tapestry. Anyway, on top of that, I think it's also been mentioned before, we want to move into creating a brand new show.
Yes. Then that show was mentioned on the Cardoc Live radio that I did when I was in the car driving and tearing up a little bit about this. The first show being the PALS podcast. I knew that I wanted to sit down with friends and just chat. The second one, something that I have been tied to my entire life. I remember when I got my very first controller put in my hand and I was playing Road Trip on the old PS2 video games. And so I have a show idea that Mitchell and I have talked about, multiple people and I have talked about, called PALS Play, where the names are so cute.
So nice.
And it's where 4 friends get together to play video games and yell and scream at each other for people's amusement.
You guys out here fucking making moves.
We want to make moves. We want to make these moves. We want to do this not only for ourselves but for people, because the very first episode when it came out, there were a lot of people from Ogallala that I went to high school with. They were like, "Where's the video? Like, you posted on YouTube, but like I don't see anything." I'm like, "We don't have that yet. We're just audio right now." And they're like, "You need to get it live, like do a live stream or do a talk show." And I'm like,
That's hard.
It's
really hard.
but we want to do it and we're committed to it. Like, if Mitchell were to ask me 2 episodes in, or if I were to ask Mitchell 2 episodes in, like, I want to do this, he would have looked at me like I was crazy. But like Mitchell, you've said this before, like, you know how dedicated I am, and I know how dedicated you are to this now. And it's like,
We're going to make it happen.
we want to do it, you guys.
So proud of my boys.
I love you, William.
Aw.
Love you too, Mitchell.
So, should we get into the remedy for this?
Yeah, I think we should. So anyway, I'll real quick just say basically for PALS Play, we would need to purchase a screen capture device
And a new computer.
and a brand new computer to be able to live stream and record this stuff in a high quality. Because if we're gonna do a gaming show, we're gonna do it right.
Yep.
We
Right now we've been kind of half-assing some things. I'm not gonna lie. Like recording, fucking Robert the Wheel over here. Hey,
Robert's got his own qualities.
Grandpa Buck and I built his ass. All right. Like sometimes, you know, this set is kind of half-assed right now.
Correct.
Because it's just audio. That's all we need. Like we're bare bones right now.
You don't need anything else. You got a
Well, we
table.
do though.
That's true.
We want to grow and we want to do things right. So.
Ciao.
Mitchell, do you have anything else before I move in?
So no, I was just gonna say let's move into our planned remedy
Cool.
for the situation.
So I am not a smart man.
Excuse you.
Just let me get there. I never claimed.
I don't
I
disagree.
never stopped him.
When it's like, I agree. Moving forward.
Points have been made.
So, the remedy for this, once again, not a smart man, but I think that this is a smart move for us. Mitchell and I talked about it. When I came to the idea, he was like, it took him a second, but I think we came to a conclusion that this is what we have to do, because this is the only way that we not only A, get what we want, and B, get what you guys want, but grow as a company and as a community. I cannot
Community's key word there.
I cannot stress that word enough. Community. We have this weird little motley crew of people that are already a part of this community, and that's like you guys too, like our guests that come on. You're a
Hello,
part of
yes.
this.
Hello. Hello.
Community being such a huge word. So here it is. This is what we're doing. As of today, as of 11 a.m. on February 21st, when this episode comes out, a website will be live. I think it's like, do you know the URL?
I don't know it off the top of my head.
So basically, what's happening is we're creating a Patreon page. Patreon is a place where you, as pals, as community members, can go and pledge money once a month, or hopefully as a subscription more than 1 month, to us, to the pals, so that way we can grow. Patreon is basically a place for artists to put up their work, and then their fans and their communities can help them grow and do that more. Basically, it's the constant problem of artists don't get the time or are not financially able to do the stuff that they want. So say you have like a painter, okay? She loves painting. It's her absolute favorite thing to do, but she has to have this other job that takes all of her time, and she doesn't get to dedicate herself to it. Well, the amazing thing about Patreon is that through those subscriptions, they can do that. They can quit, hopefully, in an ideal situation, they can quit their job and they can focus on that. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to help us. We're trying to help pals grow in that matter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think I mean it's been a big, huge toss and turn in my head, because it's like
I think it's probably the thing we've talked about most.
about our future for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we can talk about a future all day and night, but without a way to get there, it's
All
almost
about having an action plan.
And I think that's what's going to be important for you guys to see, is that we have an action plan. We've thought about this. This is not something that we're just bullshitting around. This is what we're doing, and I believe in it. I know Mitchell believes in it. Hopefully, everybody else does too. Yeah. Yeah. So, Mitchell, here's the fun stuff. Sad stuff, over.
Yeah. Somber mood, gone. Okay? We get to talk about the
Axing
fun
it.
stuff because, as you guys probably know, with Patreon, for each tier that you are pledged or subscribed,
Yes.
there are certain benefits
Oh, yeah, this you ain't.
that us at the PALS Studios
We gonna
get
give you
to
shit.
provide.
We gonna give you
Okay?
some shit.
Okay, so let me go through the tiers.
Woo-wee!
So
They're gonna be sticky.
to start
Not
off,
right away.
to start off, we have
Damn it.
3 total tiers. Now I know a lot of Patreons out there and a lot of companies out there have like 10, 15 tiers.
We small.
We will get there, I promise. We
have
just
them
wanted-
planned.
We do actually. We have more tiers planned. We just wanted to kind of test the waters with these first 3, see what the landscape was going to look like.
What
and,
our little
and kind
motley
of,
crew thinks.
Right. So let's get into the tiers, shall we?
We
Yeah.
shall.
Tier time.
Yeah.
At
Me
the-
every night. Beth.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
God.
Just kidding. Once I stop taking birth
my
control, my
God.
hormones are fine. I don't cry anymore.
We said somber mood gone, and you
But
brought
you
us
said tear time. All I can think about is crying.
Oh.
I'm literally fine. Like that
All
was
right,
a
we're back.
joke.
We're back.
Okay.
Happy time.
Sorry.
Happy pals.
It's
So
too hard.
Patreon tiers time. At the
Hurted.
$2 tier,
Easy money.
$2 a month, you would be pledging us 2
I got that.
whole
Look at that in my
dollar bills
sock.
a month. You will receive in your personal email inbox a special thank you card
Oh.
created by us here at PALS.
It's
Just to let you know that we are thankful for you. This is the welcome tier. I think it's on the Patreon page called
It's
Join
called the
the
welcome
PALS
tier.
Patrons.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. You guys get to be the PALS patrons.
How's that? You like our spicy
Everything
names?
is alliteration. Okay. But yeah, so that is the $2 tier. Just an thank you card. Not a huge commitment.
It's like when your grandma.
Wait. Sorry, never mind. I don't think we can use. I just saw the name PayPal.
Oh, dude,
That shit's
they would
copyrighted.
sue us
the
so
S?
fast.
They would
With
sue
a
us
Z.
so
With the
fast.
S.
They would sue us so
Guys.
fast.
They'd sue
PayPal.
your
Look
ass.
into it.
So
PayPal.
fast.
We'll look at it.
Anyway,
That's
so
how you pay
the
us,
thank you
PayPal.
card, that is what you get at the $2 a month tier. $2 a month.
It's like when your grandma sends you an Valentine's Day card.
Dude,
You know,
is there drawing
Is
on
that
there?
just
Did your
me?
grandma do
You
that?
drawing?
Yes.
she does do that.
And
Does
they're
your
like,
grandma do that?
Yeah, they're like really
I get that
bad,
shit in the
and they
mail.
like the
Wow.
animation's like.
It's like a 5-year-old did it.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So that's the $2 tier. This is the tier. So when Parker and I were talking about the tiers, we actually came up with the concept. Okay, shut up, Robert.
Robert is so excited
Shut
for this
up,
one.
Robert. Okay, so we came up with the concept for the $5 tier before we came up with the name, and I came up with the name based off the concept.
It's so good.
So
Is
the
this the one?
$5 tier, $5 a month you pledge, gets you a part of the
Get ready.
Casino RoyPALs tier.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh
Get
my
ready
god.
for this.
Casino RoyPALs. Let me explain why
God
it's called.
damn it.
Well, it's like
Casino
Casino
RoyPAL.
RoyPAL S in like
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
Yes.
Casino RoyPAL and then with the S. And, yeah, you
like
got
the
it.
James Bond
That's-
movie.
yeah.
Yes.
Like the
fuck
James
that.
Bond
That's,
movie.
Like
that's
the James
incredible.
Bond movie. The reason it's called Casino RoyPAL is because if you
It's a lot of
are a PALS patron at the $5 tier,
huh?
you get your name put into what we like to call the weekly question raffle.
Oof.
Now, what this is, the weekly question raffle, basically what it means is on the show, we will draw a name or use a random name generator, some way to draw a name from the pool of people in this. If your name is drawn, we will contact you with the topic for the next episode. And you get to provide a question that has to be answered by the PALS panelists.
Oh,
Has to be.
Yes.
Nice.
Surrounded, has to be answered on the
Nice.
show by the PALS
First?
panelists for the next episode.
Well, what we'll do is we're gonna mark out on Robert. We're gonna mark out one of the 8
Oh, yeah.
segments, and we'll have it be Casino RoyPAL.
And it is a
That's-
guarantee that your question,
that's
if
fun.
you win the Casino RoyPAL, your question will be answered if your name is chosen.
So let's break this shit down, Mitchell. You give us 5 just small dollars of every month.
Okay.
You have 4 fucking opportunities to get your ass on this show.
That's bad.
Your question.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Easy. I'm just hyping this up.
Do they get a plug? They're like
No,
socials?
we'll get to that.
Oh,
So
So,
here-
okay,
I'm
here
going
we
ahead of
go.
myself. I know nothing.
Well, let's split this one. I'll start it
Okay.
and you bring it home, okay?
Are you gonna? Can I do the name, or are you gonna do the name?
We'll split the name. Okay.
I love
let me
it.
intro.
All
Let me
right.
intro. So that's our $5 tier.
We're
the
back.
Casino RoyPAL weekly question raffle.
Boom, $5
Our final tier.
for now.
For now, just for now.
$100.
$15 a month.
Okay, get ready.
I like
This is the highest honor a PALS patron can obtain.
For now.
A PayPal.
At $15 a month, a PALS patron becomes a member of the big
Chungus
tier.
Oh my god.
That's right. We brought that meme to life, mother
Big
trucker.
That is the actual name.
We shit you not. We were recording the video last night to put on like the website and our social
damn
medias,
it.
and when I had to say the big Chungus tier, I always crack the fuck up.
Oh my god.
The big Chungus tier. So
Tell them what they get, Mitchell.
what you receive at the $15 a month big Chungus tier is
Me when I watch
a
Marley and me.
on.
Big Chungus tier.
Big Chungus tier, Marley.
We only brought her on for the memes, the little insert.
She's she's literally a walking meme. So
She's just
Yes.
those are these little one-liners.
It's beautiful.
What
It's
can I say?
beautiful.
It's me.
I'm a comedian. Tell them what they get, Mitchell.
at the big Chungus tier, you receive a personalized
Yes.
on-air shout out
What?
where we will say your name, we'll shout out your grandma if you want, we'll plug your social media.
Yeah.
It is a full-on on-air shout out
Dedicated
for the-
to you.
for the duration of the time you are subscribed. So let's say you are subscribed for 2 months. That gets you an on-air shout out
8
for
episodes.
8 full episodes.
Can I get a holla?
How? Like
As well as all the benefits from the tiers below. So your name
Whoa.
also gets put into the weekly question raffle.
Casino. You're a casino. You're okay. Listen. You're a big Chungus.
You're a big Chungus rolling around
You're
in the Casino RoyPAL.
Big
and you get
Chungus.
a fucking thank you card. Come on, Grandma.
my
Grandma.
loins are quaking.
So these are our Patreon tiers, $15 a month. We, like I said before, we know that a lot of Patreon pages out there have tiers that are like $500, even some that have like $1,000 tiers, which is insane. We wanted to start small because we know that our community is still growing.
Yes.
And
We're
it's-
only 10 episodes in, guys.
Oh
Come
my-
on.
But we needed to start somewhere,
Yeah.
and we wanted to give you guys an opportunity
to start.
to start. Now, with that being said, we do not look at any of our PALS community members any different.
Thank you for saying this. This
If
was my
you
next point.
Choose,
God bless you.
if you choose not to become a PALS patron,
No big deal.
it is not held over your head.
No.
You are still just as much of a member of our community as someone who is at the big Chungus tier. The only reason we
It's so great.
the only reason we have created the Patreon is to allow
Us to grow.
people to get back and to help us grow.
Yeah. The thing is, you guys, is that we still are going to engage with you whether you give us money or not.
That's
There
correct.
is still the
Pen pals.
Pen pals where you can like talk to us through that. You know, we will pick a couple of those every week. So even if you're not giving us any money, don't worry about it. Don't feel like you're a pal. You're not a pal because you are a pal.
You are a
You're
pal.
canceled.
Fucking
You're literally canceled.
If you don't give me
think you're-
15 of your dollars,
Don't think you're a pal because you're fucking not.
$15 is a lot of money. All right, for us college kids, that's 3 meals.
What's it like to have money?
Great question. Don't know.
That's why we're doing this, please.
I just I paid my car payment,
I need to
so
eat,
me
please.
neither. Don't
And
know.
I also want to make sure that people know that the Patreon, this is not just going into Mitchell and I's pocket so we can go to Taco Bell whenever the fuck we
it's
want.
going into all the things we talked about.
Exactly.
before.
And it's not going into anything but that.
Making some videos, making some motherfucking
Right.
gaming shit.
Our
like-
key
You
priority.
were gonna like freestyle rap.
I thought so. I was like,
You want me to?
please?
Do it.
No.
Hey.
I can't. I
I
can't.
can't. The priority of your money coming to us is to give back to you. Give to the things that you want to see us do, that we want to see ourselves do.
Consider it an investment in your own entertainment.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
Good
that was
job.
fucking beautiful.
Because that's what it is, honestly, if you think about it.
Oh, 100%. I did have one more thing.
Okay.
We will be slowly rolling out more tiers in
Coming months.
coming months.
We wanted to just put this out there to really kind of get a reception of what our Patreon page was going to look like.
Yeah.
More
If you have any questions, if you have any comments about the system, please do not hesitate to let us know.
Pen pals.
Pen pals. That is the number one way that you can engage with us right now.
Parker, where can they send their stuff to Pen Pals again?
Thank you for asking me, Mitchell. Finger guns. You can send us your mail that you want us to see at pals.penpals@gmail.com.
That's pals.penpals@gmail.com. We have to plug it a lot.
Yeah, we do. We need people
We
to
want
know.
people to send us things.
Yes, and we will be pimping.
Send us funny memes.
Oh my god, if we do a little memer, that'd be funny. Did you guys hear that beep?
Is that a
We could
doorbell?
put the
I think
meme
it was
on
like-
the screen of the video when it comes up.
Yep. Oh yeah, like a
That's-
scrolling.
no, that's
Send
wonderful.
us memes.
Also, I want to make sure that there is some clarification between Pen Pals and the on-air shout-out. Okay? The big Chungus tier.
Yes, I was confused.
Also,
big
there's a big difference between Pen Pals and Casino RoyPALs.
Yes. So let's break this down because we were all like, "Oh, this is what's it," but this is what they each do. Okay? Pen Pals is free, right? We've discussed this.
I don't know what's your podcast, right?
Guys, it's free,
Is it?
right? I don't have to pay.
Pen Pals is free, can confirm.
Yes. However, there is not a guaranteed chance that your fan art, your comment, your prayer requests will be read on air. There is no guarantee of that. It is a random system where we pull the mail out of the bag and we read it on air.
Prayer requests.
You never know. My grandma should be sending shit in, you know. I'm just kidding. Casino RoyPAL. That is a guaranteed chance that you are in the running.
A
see how I did
guaranteed
that?
That you
chance.
might be on it.
So if you are selected for Casino RoyPAL in the lottery system, that is a question for the show.
Well, I guess in order to clarify, so pen pals, you can send questions or you can send like comments and things like that.
Parker, you have
but
nice
can't,
teeth.
and you can send us questions involving general topics.
Yeah.
However, with Casino RoyPALs, you are
A part of the
Privy.
show.
a part of the show. You
Yes,
are,
yes,
if
yes,
you get chosen, you get to ask a question that is physically part of the episode. That's what sets Pen Pals and Casino RoyPALs apart. Is your question at Casino RoyPALs? Your question leads discussion.
Yes.
Whereas Pen Pals, it's just a way to finish off the episode
Yeah.
and talk about some fun things.
So let's say somebody sends us a little fan art of me running through a field of flowers, and we joke about that for a couple minutes. End of the episode. Whereas with Casino RoyPAL, we are. You asked. So let's take it back to last episode. Will, you remember our topic? We're talking
Yeah.
about love.
Yeah,
We're talking
yeah,
about
sure, yeah,
Valentine's
sure.
Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. Yeah,
And
sure.
instead of us coming up with all the questions,
Mm-hmm.
we have one of these slots on Senor Roberto here dedicated to a question from them. They know that the topic's love ahead of time,
Oh,
and they can ask us, what is your most embarrassing Valentine's Day moment?
I'll tell you.
Nope.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think you already did.
So then moving to the big Chungus tier.
She has me weak. Like a big ass tear. Like you just got one big ass tear. Like a big old tear.
A big Chungus. You are also in the running for Casino RoyPAL.
Correct.
Yes, you get, if you sign up for the Big Chungus tier, you get the e-thank you card, you're entered into Casino RoyPAL, and you are guaranteed an on-air shout-out at the end of every episode. So, like, I don't know. I think we set it up pretty good, Mitchell. I think
so too.
we
think so too.
we gave him the business. We told him what was up. We laid
These
down
are
the
all
law.
the fun things happening with pals.
Yeah. And so
Sounds fun.
It does.
So we'll drop the Patreon link in the description of both the Podbean,
Yep.
as well as the YouTube, and I think there's honestly a way to do it in Spotify too.
that's hot. Let's do
I
that.
need to figure it out because I know there's like Spotify for artists where you can like, you know
Oh.
what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if that applies to podcasts, so we'll have to see.
Well, Mitchell, as
Should.
head social content strategist, I look forward to your results.
Tally ho.
Tally ho, Captain. So, guys, that's the end of the announcements. That's what we've got planned
Beautiful.
for the Pals' future.
Pals.
Let's let us be clear that the Pals play and the live video recording, or maybe not live, yeet, of the
Live.
shows.
That is down the road.
Yes, let us be clear that is not. We have not bought these things. We have not bought a new PC. We are still using my old shitty laptop. So those things are coming. But we're
shitty.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, it's bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Looks on everything.
I gotta take it to Best Buy and be
What's
like,
inside
"Listen,
that
blue
counts."
shirts, fix this, please."
Just blew your mind.
So listen, we've already been going for quite a while.
The second part of the episode is definitely going to be shorter.
yes,
Can I see?
You're-
Can I look at that chapstick? Smell it?
yes.
I just really want to.
All right, it's peppermint. You can use it on
Am
your
I
mouth.
allowed?
Oh, you really getting in there on the chap?
I'm chapped, boss.
Oh my
I'm
god!
sorry. I'll pay you for the chap.
No,
that I
don't,
used.
dude, don't. It's like a $2 thing of chapstick. Relax.
That is fucking nice.
So let's move into the big topic. I know that there was a lot of heavy housekeeping at the beginning of this episode.
Mm.
So since this is definitely an episode dedicated to pals, we're going to keep that conversation rolling.
Right.
Since Mitchell and I have talked for so long,
Mhm.
I want you to, Robert, I'm sorry, baby.
Yeah.
We're not going to use Robert to ask the questions
No,
today.
Robert.
Listen, I want to
I
get
wrote
right to you
Will
guys.
on
Yeah, why the fuck would you write my name?
Well, we'll
so
save it for
nice.
next time. Well, here you go, Will. There it is. It's you. Well, no, it's not.
It's gonna be me.
It's my wee. It's my wee ass.
A singer. So I want you guys to ask. So like, the big topic for today, we're talking pals. We're talking maybe pals in general. What are your favorite memories? What do you want to see in the future? Stuff like that. I have no idea what your guys' questions are this week.
Yes.
I've got one written down in my head. So I want. Which one of you wants to go first, or
So-
should we wait for Mitchell? I hear him. He just jumped down the stairs. He's
We'll wait
running.
for him.
He's here. He
5,
just zipped up his zipper.
4.
Oh my God! Jump the stairs.
3.
Oh,
No.
he's gonna jump the stairs, ladies and gentlemen. That is 7 whole steps, everybody. Don't hit your head. You hit
I'm
the
like,
head.
This carpet's slippery, dude. You're wearing socks.
He did it, ladies and gentlemen.
Badass.
Oh no.
Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yeah, I just dropped my mic.
Robert.
I was gonna clap. I was trying to clap for him. What a jumper.
Mama.
Was an athlete in high school. It's fine.
Not
can tell.
the same.
I'm a state champion.
God damn, boy.
2016.
Baseball
Right?
player.
2016, 2017. No, 2015. 2015.
I was 16.
Class A state baseball champion. It's fine.
All right. Well, here we go.
You win state?
Yeah. We talked about this last episode. We're not doing this again.
Did you win state? Maria?
Literally what? I didn't do any sports.
We got 3 state champions here, guys.
What did
You
you win
were
state in?
too?
What? In what?
Guys, we
Tennis.
good
No
for
way.
you,
Are you
bro.
serious?
High
That's
fiver.
fucking sick. We got some motherfucking winners at this table.
Okay,
bro.
but here's
This
the
was high
Maria.
school, though.
You
Maria.
were the valid fucking Victorian. So
Yeah, that's a lot.
Vale-VIC-Torian.
That's a no. That's a
fucking
We got
Victorian.
3 state champions and the Vale-VIC-Torian.
You were a Vale-VIC-Torian?
Vala fucking
The.
Victorian.
Oh my god.
The only
Old school.
Vale-VIC-Torian.
We,
So don't
spoke
count
at her
yourself out. Don't
graduation,
count yourself
right?
out. That's
you
equal.
spoke?
I spoke in front of thousands of people.
Not just 1,000, plural.
I actually don't know how many.
That's really
thousands.
impressive.
I actually don't know how many. It was
Thousands.
a huge auditorium.
We're saying thousands.
Big ass.
It was like it was
auditorium.
the gym actually.
It was actually Pinnacle Bank
bleachers
Arena.
and-
Did you say some
Wait, where'd you have
bullshit?
your graduation?
Pinnacle Bank
It was.
Arena.
We couldn't do it in the auditorium because
Pinnacle-
obviously there were too many people.
Did
So
you go to
all Elkhorn High. So like all of us like were sitting in the gym, and then all the bleachers were filled up with everyone's families.
Ours was at Baxter Arena.
That's tight.
in Omaha.
All right, let's get to the big
That's
topic.
badass.
So, Mitchell, as
Where'd you
I
go to high school?
Salina. Central. You probably don't know where.
Salina, singular.
Where's that?
Oh, Kansas is in
Oh,
Kansas.
Kansas. Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay.
So, Mitchell,
Got it.
I was just informing our guests that the big topic is PALS. We're talking PALS,
Why are you
PALS-related
saying
questions.
Have you been sitting like that this whole time?
Basically,
Yeah.
I thought it was weird too.
How is that comfortable?
describe it
I'm
to-
too short to
to-
reach the microphone.
Just put it down, Maria.
To describe it to the audio listeners,
Look, watch.
she is on the chair, sitting on her feet, but like it just looks uncomfortable. That's all you need to know. Me.
See, isn't that more comfortable? Isn't that better?
It's like
Yes.
that
Sorry.
one.
I
All right,
love
go ahead,
that.
Parker.
That was beautiful.
It's the Doppler
The
effect.
Doppler
Physics
effect.
thing, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Mitchell, I was just saying that we're not going to use Robert. We're not using Robert to ask the questions. We're just going to move right into these guys. So, which one of you wants to go first?
We're getting a little bit of
Oh,
rock,
rock,
scissors,
paper,
action.
scissors.
I'll commentate. I'll commentate.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
All
we're
right,
going
here we
on
go.
shoot. We're going on
Will
shoot.
versus Maria. Here we go. Going on shoot.
wait, on shoot.
Here's the
I will
crowd.
call it rock, paper, scissors, shoot. They both show scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot again. They both show rock, paper, scissors. A third time, scissors again. And finally, Maria brings it home.
I don't even really want to go
Over
first.
rock.
Well, no, the whole point is you win, now you choose.
Now I get to choose who goes first.
No, she goes
Yeah, no,
first.
she
Shut the fuck
chooses
up.
who goes
That's how
first.
it is in...
No, she
I
chooses.
thought that's how it was.
She
Fine.
chooses.
Do you want to go first,
It's
or
like
you want him to
flipping
go
a coin in
first?
football. Yeah.
Just take the
We'll
dub.
go first
Defer to the second
wow,
half.
deferred.
because you know.
Because your
You'll
question's
go
better. You're
first?
saving for it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, Will's
Your
going
question first.
Okay.
Can it start with a comment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love a comment.
Okay. I didn't meet you guys that long ago.
No, you and I have literally known each other. I said this last episode, like 2 weeks,
I'm
3
gonna be
weeks.
honest, Will. I think we've been friends for like 4 days.
Brother,
It's been a great 4 days.
Okay, so well, let's start with the question here.
Okay.
Let's
No,
start with the
wait,
question.
the comment?
You want the comment first?
I want the
Let's
comment.
get the comment.
I want a place like a bio, like bios, like to get to know everyone. You know what I'm saying?
We can put that.
Like some pictures maybe of you, and then like, this is me. This is what I've done. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do.
Whoa.
Wait,
maybe
do you guys
maybe
have
like
like
a funny
a
story or
web
some shit.
site?
No, we don't have a website.
You can have all your links on there, and then like about you, and then a link to donate more money.
Don't we have a
besides them.
place to put that on the Patreon, though?
I don't think so.
Yeah, but like
It's
there's
not
a
the
difference.
same. I
I
see
know.
what
We
you're saying.
need a website. That's also what your money is going towards.
Because the videos being on, it's like iCarly.
Website
You know, they have their
hosting is a big thing
website.
because we can design a website through like Wix, but
Yeah.
to actually get like an actual URL that costs money.
Wow.
Then you can,
$20 a year.
Then you can.
Well, yeah, but you have to pay for the hosting too,
you
which
can
is
have
like
a little
$100
like
a year.
guest thing, like upcoming.
I have a
if you got,
website.
like,
Oh, like an
important
Yeah, but
upgrade
guests
guest.
you're-
coming
We
on.
can have like.
What do you pay to host your
Hold on, let's
website?
not-
Yeah.
Maria Small Photography, right? What do you pay to host?
It's literally $20 a year. Like I don't know.
Through what?
Through like
The internet.
Wix?
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 I don't think
Wix?
it's Wix, but it starts with a W. WordPress?
Really?
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
WordPress
it's literally
blog, bro.
$20
I pay
a
like
year
80,
for my domain
I pay
name.
like 80. What? No, I'm not talking
We'll
about.
talk about it. We'll talk
No,
about it.
yeah, but
I
like
think that I think that it's sorry. I'm not trying to.
No, you're good. I just think a website like iCarly, when they
Yeah.
did their web show, like they
Yeah.
had all their links on there.
Yeah.
Also, that was a TV show, so.
Okay, but it was based in reality.
back to
No,
reality.
it
Oh,
isn't.
there
There
goes
goes
gravity.
gravity.
Oh, come at us.
All right, anyway,
But no,
sorry,
that's a
Will.
great. That's a great idea.
Well, thank you.
That is a great idea.
Thank you.
I mean, we've talked about website stuff, but we had
Yeah.
show ideas first.
Like, and then if you
Yes.
got like a cool guest coming on, maybe like someone of merit. Not saying that we're not. We're just.
You guys are all
Okay,
merit.
Us
Will.
lowly plebeians.
Yeah, but like.
No, I understand what you're
We
saying.
can put the
you know what
info
I'm
on
saying.
there,
Yeah,
and
but
like you
if
can
they
go.
got clout.
Yeah, and like you can see all of our like the pals that have been on the show. Like we can have a bio for you and for you and like what you want to do and your photography stuff and your acting stuff, both your acting stuff, like stuff like that. Stuff.
Damn.
All right, your question.
The question is just to get to know you guys a little better. You know what were you and you like
Referring to myself, Mitchell, and Maria.
Yeah.
referring to my pals
Oh.
as a child.
Ooh.
What were we like as a child?
That doesn't pertain to anything.
Loud as
Nothing.
fuck.
I want to
Nothing
know.
pals related.
Okay.
Loud as fuck. I literally, I would like. There's actually a comment that my kindergarten teacher made to my mom one time. She tells this story all the time. Is the only reason I remember. She said, "This is my kindergarten teacher." She said to my mom, she was like, "You know, I kept asking Mitch to be quiet in class, but after a few weeks went by, I just realized he's just loud. He's just a loud person." And this is like me in kindergarten.
And it's why I love him.
And it's her favorite story to tell because she's like, nothing's changed.
Thanks,
Okay.
Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
I was a chunkier kid. Still am a not the
Stop.
slimmest of fellows. I'm not downing
Excuse
myself.
you.
I'm just saying.
You're a good looking guy, though.
Nice teeth.
Can you tell people that? Can you like
Good
spread the word
teeth.
on that?
Do you think I don't tell people?
Just wait till you got the video cameras.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be all over my ass? Question
Yeah.
mark.
Get the angles right?
Minor amount of
That's
celebrity.
only on me. Yeah,
go-
don't go up. You'll see right through my head.
No, you gotta go up. You can't get...
But he doesn't have hair there.
What? I
Yeah.
always go
You can't get
down.
I go down because it makes my nose look better, but it just varies per
She's got this figured out, okay? She's
She
a Vale-VIC-Torian.
really,
Yeah,
fucking
what can I say?
Vale-fucking-Victorian, man.
That is
What was your GPA?
Smorgasbord.
What's your
4.3.
credentials? Can I see
You
a
had a
resume?
4.3? How do you have higher than a 4.0?
AP?
AP
Yeah,
classes, bro.
5.0 in like some classes. Balanced out
You,
with 4.0.
you take all of them. You good?
What did you wait, you graduated at 4.3. What did you graduate with?
You want weighted or unweighted?
Wait, it's fine.
Like a 401. Like
Jesus.
A 402,
See, we didn't have
403.
weighted. I was a 3.963.
That was unweighted.
Okay, I feel
I was
fucking
a 394.
stupid.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Unweighted. I graduated with
Give me
like
that.
a 3.65.
That's
Really?
me now.
Yeah, in
Wait,
college.
what'd you get a B in? What'd you get B's or C's in?
Oh, I feel like
in
an
college?
idiot.
Yeah.
Like
You graduated
my
with
business classes.
3.98.
They're hard. Oh, you're double
3.96.
They're
major.
not hard, but I just care more about my theater major. So
You
I
graduated
put-
with a 4.0 and you graduated with a 4.3.
See, but these I took college classes, but they didn't count on our GPA scale.
Because I took two AP
otherwise I would've
classes. I
had-
took AP U.S. History,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Fucking
and I took
push.
AP.
Jesus.
that shit.
What other?
Boys.
Oh, I took AP Physics,
Yeah.
and those like
That one's
counted
fun.
as
I
ACE
like that
courses
one.
when I got here.
Yeah.
No real shit.
Yeah.
Yours didn't transfer?
Mine didn't fucking transfer.
That's so
Yeah,
Light of
well, it's because I did
Kansas
dual.
looking
No,
ass.
no, no.
What are you
It's
doing?
different
You
though.
had to
It's
do-
because I did dual enrollment through UNO.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So back to what we were
I
like
took
as
the
kids.
So apparently I'm the stupidest one here. Okay, sick.
No.
Stop, we're
GPA doesn't
all
reflect
smart.
anything. Some
So I
guys,
was
some shit.
I was in middle school as a big chunker. Was always obnoxious. Was always outspoken.
Did you always have this beautiful of a voice?
No, God no.
Well, can you be my hype man? Oh my fucking god.
Right? I like this is why I keep him around. No, my voice was way higher. My voice is already high.
It's not that high.
It's not as high as it used to be. These two are laughing for no reason again.
What the fuck?
It blows my mind.
I
All
will peek
Maria,
right
let's
now.
put you on the spot. What were you like as a kid?
So, to no one's
Oh,
surprise, I was exactly the same
I don't think we've
as I am
changed.
now. I didn't stop. Okay, we can talk about that. First of all, as like a small child, I
You got a
I
lot of
respected
followers, too.
authority. All the teachers loved me. All parents loved
oh,
me.
one of
I was
those,
really
eh?
respectful,
Big suck up.
but The only thing
Ass
is, like, I
kisser.
would always get in trouble for talking to my friends in class.
Because you're trying to be too nice. Because they're talking to you.
Because they're talking to me, and I really like talking to people, and I
That-
really like
that's the
talking,
shit
but
that
I
I
was
got in
always known
trouble
as the
for,
funny, smart one, and that's kind of still me. That's all I've got going for me,
Yes,
so...
yes. No, I said I was like yes, yes.
Hey, we're all self-deprecating. But,
Yeah, you asked us this question. Every single one of us was like, "Oh, we suck, we suck, we suck."
we still thug. But, and then I really tried to, make it as a YouTuber.
I've seen
we're
some
not
videos.
plugging
Literally,
the link.
here's
What
the
is
thing.
one of your
Here's the thing.
videos?
Do not feel bad. I've tried 4 separate times to be a YouTuber.
What are your numbers?
Are they still there? Yeah,
I
what's your
had
most
like
views?
I think the highest subscribers I ever got was like 100.
Tell them what you had. Tell them what you had.
2,000. My most
Whoa,
viewed
that's
video is
pretty good.
65K.
Yo, that's good. Why'd
Yeah.
you
Good
stop?
as fuck.
She was insane.
Because
Is it still there?
Oh yeah.
still there, but I'm not
I
plugging
tried to find it the other day.
any links.
I was like, oh, yeah,
Wait,
Maria
why'd
has
you?
a
No,
picture.
I'm actually curious. Like, why'd you stop? Because the reason I stopped, so I tried YouTube once as like a lifestyle like vlogger, and like 2 or 3 other times as like a gaming YouTuber.
Uh-huh.
And just every single time, like I got overwhelmed with like the workload and like coming up with content. And so I'm curious to like, is that a similar thing that happened to you?
For me, yeah, it was like the workload, and then when I got to college and started like taking my acting seriously, like I was like seeing all these YouTubers who like tried to get into acting, but no one ever took them seriously, and they only
Because
end
they
up
were
on stuff.
YouTubers?
Yeah, they only end up with stuff like Awesomeness TV, and the only one who's like kind of made it out has been Troye Sivan, because he was in
Oh,
Boy
yeah.
Erased. But that's like rare. He's like also a musician. Like
He's got the
has a lot. Of,
He's
I
really
just don't.
good.
I want to be taken seriously as an
got
actor
nice
Makes
because
sense.
that's like
No,
what
I
I want to do.
understand completely.
And I
You-
feel like I could like be pretty good at the YouTubes, and so I'm
I'll show
scared.
you guys some of my old videos.
I want
They're
to see it. I want to see it.
pretty
I
funny.
like.
I used to make Black Ops videos.
Yeah, you
like,
did.
like
I-
Call of
I
Duty
always
videos.
enjoyed
What's
checking
up,
them out.
soldiers? This is Mitchell here.
Will,
No.
I
What's up,
I really
soldiers?
appreciate, Will, how the first question that we asked during the big topic has nothing to do
Yes,
with
it
the
does.
topic.
Let me tie it back. Guys. Let me tie it back.
Please.
Bring us back.
This is who are you? Let me start over. This is who you are listening to right now. These are the pals,
Yeah, accurate.
and you're getting to know them better, and so am I.
Oh wow.
For the first time, kind of in 10 episodes. Like this is like
Yeah, yeah, real
Okay.
shit.
That's fair.
So maybe
That's
just,
fair.
I'm just trying to dig a little
No,
deeper
I
on
respect
you
it.
guys, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
good job.
It's a loose tie back. It's a loose callback, but
Yeah.
it's there.
Nice.
Thanks for the chapstick. Pass
Awesome.
the
That was
chapstick.
good.
I'll accept it.
Thank you.
Maria, your question.
it's not as like wholesome. It was just kind of a genuine like maybe question
It was a
slash
comment, right?
suggestion
Yeah,
slash
yeah.
comment.
That's what we're
'Cause,
all
like,
about here.
I know in the past couple weeks at the Johnny Carson, we've had 2 guests, Marg Helgenberger and Mike Cruz. One of them is
You
a
guys
famous
have-
actress.
You guys have had guests. We
You
don't get
could have
guests.
come.
We don't ever get guests specific for
Yeah,
us.
I wished you did because I would go.
If you asked, I think you could get them.
The thing
Get
is, I
guests?
think that
I w-
as Will is kind of
Also the
introing into my
Patreon thing,
question,
too.
like, because I feel like a lot of people would like tune into a podcast where like you're talking to like Mike Cruz, this
We just
like
interview
talent
him.
management, and just like talk about that stuff because like we need to know about the industry, and like not everyone who's like a pal like cares about the film like
yeah.
industry,
And that's why
and-
we've spread away from
but-
some of those topics.
But like you can get different kinds of guest artists. Like those are just the ones off the top of my head because we've had.
No,
those
that's actually a
recently.
really good point. Like one of my favorite podcast like segments I've ever watched is I don't like listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, but he had this
oh, he has
one
good people on.
he had this one
He
podcast
does.
where he had this guy named David Goggins
Mhm.
on his podcast, and this dude David Goggins is an absolute freak of nature.
He's an absolute unit.
He ran like dude, to tell his whole story would take a really long time, but anyway, he's
Right.
a really interesting guy. He runs like mega marathons, which are like over 100 miles in one one time, like
Yeah.
one. No, it's like you run for like over a day straight, like no breaks.
Damn.
And he like does this stuff, and he said he ran like 30 miles one time with like broken shins. He's a crazy human. Like
Bad
his
mother.
mental strength and his physical strength are insane. Ex-Marine. Anyway,
Mhm.
the reason that makes it so interesting is because he's interesting. Like I'm not.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, like I wouldn't tune in. Like I said, I don't tune into the Joe Rogan podcast to listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. Like, you know,
Like
a
people-
lot
yeah.
consecutively, but I listened to that episode because the person he brought on was so interesting, and he just interviewed him,
Right.
just asked
Yeah.
him questions. And I feel like, you know, like you and I, Parker, like we're good at talking to people, and like
Yeah.
I feel like if we ventured into like what you're talking about, like
Right.
bringing
Yes.
people with merit, with more merit than us, on, and
We
just
just a
like
bunch of kids.
bringing interesting people on and asking them questions.
think
And
that's a
like,
great
because I
idea.
think both of you guys are really good at making people feel important and like making them feel good when you talk to them. And like, it's kind of, I was kind of thinking like, even like things of, what's that thing on Instagram? Like People of New York or whatever.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
they
yeah,
literally
yeah.
just interview like cool people in the community. It doesn't even have to be like a famous like actress, obviously.
It can be someone from UNL, like a staff member.
Or like some like a cool person like I don't know
That
at
you
the
know.
foundry that you know who
Yeah.
like has a
Yeah.
cool backstory. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like like there's obviously gonna be like the market for us to just be pals and like talk about like fun topics with our friends, but like
But it has to
some
be
people are
balanced.
That's
gonna
always gonna be
wanna
there.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think that what we're talking about is because I'm right there with you, because like there are friends of mine in like the music school and friends of mine that used to be in the design
My
program.
Dana Women in STEM like
Oh, the singular, the only one.
the woman
The
in
woman.
We
STEM.
stand. We stand.
stand.
We stand, Dana.
Like I think that because I do want to bring on people that have been in their industry for a while and know shit. Like I'd love to bring on my boss Randy Hawthorne at Nonprofit Hub. The guy,
Bring him
With a name like Randy.
with
he's
a name
so
like
Hey, that's my
Randy.
stepdad's name. No beef.
Randy.
Randy.
Love
he's just he's the greatest guy. He runs Nonprofit Hub. He runs Foundry. He is a member of like 30 different boards across the city doing nonprofit work. But I think that the kind of idea that you're talking about is a whole other show, because the show of the PALS podcast is really tailored towards friends talking about things. I do want to do a show at some point that is like it's a one-on-one sit down where me and a guest, I interview them about their life and about their work and stuff that's going on in their field. And it's more almost of a serious kind of thing maybe at some point, because I think it's important to keep those two things like separate, you know, like
that's true. But what if you combine them?
well, I think that the thing is that then so say they come on this show that doesn't have a cool name with double P's or you know like Pen Pals Casino RoyPAL. If they come on that one, they come on the more serious interview show, and then in the same vein they come onto this show.
Like just sitting right here with us.
Yeah, and it's so you see both sides of them. You see the side that's like, this is a serious sit down. Let's talk about your field. Like, how'd you get into it? Where did you start 10 years ago? And then it's like, all right, you want to come like hang out? Like, you just want to come be a pal?
And then
You-
they play Nintendo Switch with you on the next
Fuck yes. See, and that's the thing is like we're talking about the future. That's where I want to get. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah,
What are your
for sure.
thoughts, Mitchell? You're quiet over there.
No, I was just letting you talk. Like, I agree with all of those things. I'm really like, the more I just like sit here and like, you know,
It's
like
weird-
internalize and
yeah.
like think about, I'm really excited about it because I feel like I just have a genuinely good feeling that like these things are actually gonna happen, as opposed to like so
We're
many
just talking
people
about 'em.
just talk about things like this. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna do this and this, but I just feel like if we continue to like put the right action plans in place.
Yep. It's
you
all
know.
about the action plan.
Like, that was one thing my brother taught me. He's like a crazy like community like entrepreneur. He has his hand in like a bunch of different things. I swear to God, he's gonna be the mayor of Omaha
Oh yeah.
one day. He's just that connected.
Although-
Although,
That's
so
like the
I
number one
can-
thing he's taught me is like you have to first dream something and think about something, and then the next step is creating an action plan. Like every time him and I talk about something, he's like, okay, so what are your action steps? What are your things that you're gonna do to make this thing happen? And I feel good about it because I feel like we're doing that. So
Yeah. The thing, like, in high school and even, like, last year, the thing that I always caught myself doing is I was, like, wanting to do things, wanting to do plans. My follow-through was horrible. It's one of the things that I think I struggle with the most. Texting, yes. My follow-through of
Me
texting
too.
people back
Me too, brother.
is bad. You guys give me shit
Very
for it.
bad.
I
So
understand.
bad.
I
Very
get it, I
bad.
Very,
understand.
very bad.
Very bad.
I'm working on it. But I think personally, if there's anything that I have proven to myself and to others because of PALS is starting is that my follow through. I have the ability to have follow through.
this is correct.
When
You
I
have the
I
capability,
have the
yes.
capability.
You just use it
Don't
only for
always-
PALS.
roast him, Maria.
He uses this capability only for pals. He never texts his friends back. Please.
Please text us.
We
I could
ask
be
you
like,
questions.
I could text him and be like,
I put multiple question marks.
I
so
could text him and be like, yo, Parker, I'm like dying right now. And he would text me back like a day later, and he was like,
Oh shit, sorry.
oh my God, bro, I'm so sorry. I was just like,
That's what I.
No, Mitchell. If it's like a serious emergency, I'm there. Do you remember that time last year
Speaking of callback.
where you texted me and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" And you're like, "I'm at the hospital."
oh, and you came and brought us nugs.
I went and I
thought you were
got
gonna
this
say
guy.
nuts.
So I'll give the Cliff Notes story.
You have the story.
So basically,
This was me being a good pal, by
There
the
was
way.
a situation that arose, pretty serious,
Very
and
scary.
scary situation that arose. I had to anyway. I ended up at the hospital because I had to take someone to the hospital, not
Yep.
because I was.
You were
injured or
perfectly
harmed.
fine.
You were fine.
Had to take someone to the hospital, and literally at like 3 in the morning,
Yep.
Parker drives to Bryan Medical and brings me McDonald's.
And I brought you an iPhone charger too.
And it was the most amazing thing, and that's when I was like, this kid's gonna be my best friend.
Like, and it was like no big deal. Like, I was up, I was fucking playing Fortnite, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Dude, tonight's been horrible." And I was like, "What do you need?
And
Do you
brought
need?
us
Have you
fucking
eaten?
McDonald's. Yeah.
When was the last time you
I
put
hadn't
food in your
eaten.
mouth?"
It had been like 12 hours since I had eaten.
So see,
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was the start of my follow
That's
through.
so kind. That is.
So back to follow through. I think that us talking about these things and we put these plans together, we got it, motherfuckers.
We got it.
So that's a good idea there. Small. I wrote it down here, Small.
Small.
Love it.
Small.
Next to the little penis.
Yep. So
Render as a carrot.
do you two have any? Mitchell and I talked for so long. We're not gonna ask questions today. Do you guys have anything else? You had another one, didn't you?
Did I?
Or not?
I think
I
had
probably
another one,
did,
but I
but-
forgot it.
That's okay.
She's going.
I feel like I had some. I don't know. I feel like maybe like it. I guess that's kind of like solved now with the whole like pen pals segment at the end. But I was like thinking of like something to do like every single episode that's like kind of like a
Consistent.
consistent like maybe
Yep.
like everyone talks about like one good thing that happened to them like that week.
Oh.
To like
Something
start
to
off
do.
and like share those
Pal-
stories like
That's a pal thing.
Fear-
It
it's
is.
a pal thing for sure. Like that's what you talk about with your friends, and like, I don't know, people like to hear about that kind of stuff,
That's
and it puts everyone
cool.
in a good mood.
That could be a really
I know
good.
it could be like we could ramble on, but as long as we keep it like kind of concise, I think it'd be a good way.
Would
to,
that be like a
start.
beginning
That's
of
a
the episode?
beginning thing. 'cause-
I
I feel
think
like
that's
that's
a
a beginning of the
Yeah.
episode
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
So we do.
like right after housekeeping?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that.
You know what? People gonna be bitching about how long the show is. I don't even care because
But
we
they're
got
gonna
some
have
damn
timestamps.
structure now.
They're gonna have timestamps.
Yeah.
If they really want to skip.
yeah,
past
the
it.
timestamps and I feel like part of what makes the podcast feel so long right now is the lack of structure. I feel like with more structure, the episodes might
Yeah.
be similar in length, but will feel
Shorter. Because there's
shorter
more things
in a way.
happening.
Maybe not shorter, but just feel more like we're moving along through it.
Because when we started, we were like, well, let's just keep it loose and just see what happens. And we saw what happened.
We got immediate
Mhm.
negative feedback from that.
Yeah. And so I think.
In a
that-
good way, though. Good way.
Oh, for sure. You guys, it's
Constructive.
10 episodes. Relax.
Yeah, constructive.
Amen.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, Mitchell's giving me the wheels. We gotta ball out. We gotta get
It's my
old.
job to keep him on
We
track.
gotta get everybody out of here. So I know that this was a very unorthodox episode, everybody.
Lots of announcements.
Balls.
Lots of announcements, a very short, big topic, kind of a odd way to go about things, everybody. But that's how we do. We keep it interesting
We
around
keep it
here.
100.
So I once again just want to thank everybody for supporting us for 10 whole episodes. This is just wild. Like literally, it has been a wild 11 weeks. Literally, I don't even think I had met anybody at this table except for Mitchell when we started this. When we started PALS.
Real shit.
I certainly hadn't met
When
you.
you were
I
doing
don't-
car doc or whatever, I wasn't friends with you.
No,
I just
we knew
tuned
of
in
each other.
sometimes to the live Instagram feeds, and I was
I was
like,
gonna say I knew who
like, I gotta
Maria
go.
Small was.
Maria Small.
I-
That's
we
right.
had-
You said the
Small.
first and last.
I knew who Maria
First
Small
and last.
was. We were not friends yet.
And now we're best friends.
And now we're best
Parker
fucking friends.
kinda-
Oh my God.
Parker, kind of. Wow.
No, Parker gets kind of mad sometimes.
It's because they laugh, and I think it's about me.
is.
We're not
Me
allowed
too.
to laugh. No, you just have that freaking
I have
fear
FOMO
of
so
fear
bad.
of missing out. Literally, Maria and I were laughing about something in Taco Bell today that did not apply
Did
to
not
Parker
pertain.
at all.
Will and I.
And he was like,
Will,
"Guys,
Will, back me up.
seriously."
Will, fucking back me
Yes,
up.
guys. Was it about me?
No, it wasn't. It
We're
wasn't
the
about
same. We're
anyone.
the
It was
fucking
just a
same.
funny thing that
I
happened.
looked over at Mitchell today during this podcast, and we both started
It was just
pissing our
some-
pants.
some-
Like, it's just be like that.
So,
okay, that is enough.
but what I was getting at is it's crazy how fast things can change in just 11 short weeks. You can
Just remember that, guys.
We went
You
to
can
Colorado
drive to Denver,
together.
Colorado with a person you've been friends with for like 4 weeks.
Literally,
it's cool.
and it could be the best road trip that you've ever taken.
Literally one of the best experiences of my entire life.
Honestly,
Not even kidding.
honestly, one of the
wonderful.
best experiences. of
Okay,
my
so
life.
we need to do an episode where we like recap eventually.
a video one, because then we can show like little
Oh,
clips
so
and
hey,
pictures.
guess
and-
what?
Oh shit!
clips. I was
I watch your
I was
thing.
gonna say you follow me on Twitter and then you
Tuesday,
like that thing.
That was
motherfucker, yeah.
badass,
Thank you,
brother.
bro.
That shit was
Thank you,
so
bro.
cool.
Yes.
So
my mom also approved. Very professional looking.
Luba.
Literally
So,
Stan Luba. It's
Thank you
fine.
guys so much for tuning in for 10 episodes. We hope you stick with us for 10 more, and hopefully whatever the living hell we come up with next. We've got some cool stuff planned with you with the revitalization of the Pals Being Pals studio, the Pals Play show, Pen Pals, our Pals Patreon. Please, everybody, if you're interested in donating some money to us, you can find our link to the Pals Patreon in the link below, in the description below. We have timestamps now, so that way you can jump to the parts of the episode that you want. We're getting some new branding to really kind of showcase who we think we are as a company. There's so many things happening and there's so many things changing. There's stuff that we're talking about that we don't feel comfortable announcing yet that is going to be just as cool as the shit that we just talked about today. Maria's whispering stickers.
I think that the $15 Big Chungus Patreon patrons
Big
should
Chungus
get a
tier.
laptop sticker.
A laptop sticker?
But that's just my two.
We'll
Motherfucking
probably
cents.
add merch things like that in. The thing is just like we have to.
There's
I know
focus
there's
on-
a lot of balls in the air right now.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
thought I'd
That's
I'd
what I'm
whisper
saying. No,
stickers.
I want to clarify. I don't want everyone to think that we haven't thought about like merch stuff because we have.
That was the
and we
first
toyed
thing-
with that.
yeah.
You just got to
But
get
we're
the
just-
logo first.
We gotta get
Yeah.
we gotta get the
We
new
knew we were
branding
rebranding.
first, and also we just have to get some other of our things sorted away
Yep.
from a
Yes.
structure standpoint before
I just
we
whispered
can.
stickers.
Don't come at me. I whispered a word. Hey now.
Balls in the air.
So guys, those are just the things that are happening. What, Will? He's so excited.
Balls in my mouth.
That's all you had to
What
say.
the fuck?
You got so excited for balls in your mouth. Well, if that doesn't encapsulate what the Pals podcast is, I don't know what does.
Amen. Can we get an amen? Apparently not. Goodbye. Podcast over.
My name's Parker Ryle.
My name's Will Hayes.
You already know what it is. Mitchell Kenneth Francis.
Maria Small.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the 10th episode, the Big Chungus of the Pals podcast. Remember, pals, to just smile a little smile because things always will get better. I am your host, Parker Ryle, and we'll see you on the 11th episode
Hell yeah.
and someday the first episode of Pals Play, this interview series, all this shit. We'll see you on the next one.
Yay!
Yes.
Literally the most unorganized episode, but that's what we're about.
Pals, big pals. We like big pals, yes.
Do you have a big pal for
I
me?
have a large pal for everyone here, big pals.
Pals
You can also
in your
hold on,
mouth.
one last thing. Follow us on our Facebook page. You can put a like on it. It's just pals, or our Twitter is at @palsbeingpals_.
Same with Instagram.
Fuck
pals
yeah.
being
Okay,
pals
now we're done, I
underscore. Okay, now
promise.
we're done. Pals, big pals.
Pals, Big Chungus, tears.
I just imagine like a big ass tear.